Without the battlements of sunset shine, mid-domes the sea winds rear and overwhelm. Into a crystal cup the dusky wine I pour, and musing at so rich a shrine, I watch the star that haunts its ruddy gloom. Now fancy, empress of the purpled realm, awakes with brow caressed by poppy bloom, and wings in sudden dalliance her flight to strands where opals of the shattered light gleam in the windstream foam, and maidens flee a little past the striding billows reach, or seek the russet mosses of the sea and wrinkled shells that lure along the beach, and please the heart of fancy. Yet she turns, though trembling, to a grotto rosy sparred, where wattled monsters redly gape that guard the cowled magician peering on the damned through vials wherein a splendid poison burns, sifting satanic gules athwart his brow. So fancy will not gaze with him, and now she wanders to an iceberg orth land, with raid auroral guidance of the north, wherein hath winter hidden ardent gems and treasuries of frozen anadens. A light with timid sapphires of the snow, but she would dream of warmer gems, and so ere long her eyes and fastnesses look forth, or blue profound's mysterious ones glow, the coals of Tartarus on the moonless air, as Titans plan to storm Olympus' throne. Mid-pulse of dungeon forges down the stunned, undominated firmament, and glare of cyclopean furnaces unsunned. Then hastens she in refuge to a lone, immortal garden of the eastern hours, where dawn upon a pansy's breast hath laid a single tear, and whence the wind hath flown and left a silence far on the shadowy towers, drew blazoned banners and the woodland shade, with leafy flames and dyes autumnal hung, makes beautiful the twilight of the year. For this the fays will dance for elfin cheer, within a dell where some mad girl hath flung a bracelet that the painted lizards fear. Red pies of muffled light, yet fancy spurns the revel, and to eastern hazard turns, and glaring beacons of the Soldan shores, when in a Syrian treasure house she pours from caskets rich and amethystine urns, dull fires of dusty jewels that have bound the brows of naked Ashtaroth around. Were hushed at fall of some disastrous night, when sunset, like a crimson throat to hell, is cavernous, she marks the seaward flight of homing dragons dark upon the west, till drawn by tales the winds of ocean tell, and mute amid the splendors of her quest, to some red city of the Jinn she flees, and lost in palaces of silent seas, within a porphyry crypt, the murderous light of garnet-crusted lamps will under sit perturbed men that tremble at a sound, and ponder words on ghastly vellum writ, in viper's blood to whispers from the night, infernal rubrics sung to Satan's might, or chaunted to the dragon in his jar. But she would blot from memory the sight, and seeks a stain at twilight of the south, where crafty gnomes with scarlet eyes conspire to quench Aldebaran's affronting fire, though sparkling just beyond their cavern's mouth, above a wicked queen's unhallowed tomb, their lichens brown incredulous of fame, whisper to veined flowers her body's shame, mid stillness of all pageantries of bloom. Within their corpse that graven monsters clutched, red-embered rubies smolder in the gloom, betrayed by lamps that nurse a sullen flame, and livid roots writhe in the marble's grasp, as moaning airs invoke the conquered rest of lordly hounds made equal in the dust, without where baleful cypresses make rich the bleeding sun's phantasmagoric gules, of fungus tapers of the twilight witch, seen by the bath above unfathomed pools, and tiger lilies known to silent ghouls, whose king hath digged a somber carcanet, and necklaces with fevered opals set. But fancy, well affrighted at his gaze, flies to a violet headland of the west, about whose base the sun-lashed billows blaze, ending in precious foam their fatal quest, as far below the deep-hued ocean moans, with water's toil and polished pebbles fret, the tiny twilight in the jacinth set, the wintry orb the moonstone crystal holds, snapped coral twigs and winey agates wet, translucent seas of jasper and the folds of banded onyx and vermilion breast, of cinnabar anear on orange sands, with prows of bronze the sea-stained galleys rest, and swarthy mariners from alien strands stare at the red horizon for their eyes, behold a beacon burn on evening skies, as fed with sanguine oils at touch of night. So fancy's carvel seeks an isle afar, led by the scorpion's rubescent star, until in templed zones she smiles to see black incense glow and scarlet-bellied snakes sway to the tawny flutes of sorcery. Their priestesses in purple robes hold each a sultry garnet to the sealing sun, or just before the colored morning shakes a splendor on the ruby sanded beach, cry unto Beetlejuice a mystic word. But fancy amorous of evening takes her flight to groves whence lustrous rivers run, through hyacinth a minster wall to gird, where in the hushed cathedral's jeweled gloom your faith return, and as your senses fume, she kneels in solemn quietude to mark the suppliant day from gorgeous oriels flow, and altar lamps immure the deathless spark, till all her dreams made rich with fervent hues she goes to watch beside a lurid moon. The kingdoms of the afterglow suffuse, a sentinel mountain stationed toward the night, whose broken tunes betray their ghastly trust, till bloodshot gems stare up like eyes of lust. And then now she knows that agate portals bright, how Circe and her poisons have a home, carved in one ruby that a titan lost, where icy filters brim with scarlet foam, mid hiss of oils and burnished cauldrons tossed, while thickly from her prey his life tide drips, in turbid dyes that tinge her tortured dome, as craftily she gleans her deadly dues, with gibing spells not Pluto's queen can use, or listens to her victims moan and sips her darkest wine and smiles with wicked lips. Nor comes a god with any power to break the red Olympics whence her gleaming bronze obscenely fume as asport at her fronts, to lethal mists whose writhing vapors make dim augury to shapes of men that one point weeping at tremendous dooms to be, when pillared pomps enthroned supreme shall stir unstable as the foam dreams of the sea. A fancy still is fugitive and turns to caverns where a demon altar burns, and Satan yawning on his brazen seat fondles a screaming thing his fiends have flayed, ere Lilith come his indolence to greet, who leads from hell his whitest queens arrayed, in chains so heated at their master's fire, that one new damned had thought their bright attire indeed were coral till the dazzling dance, so terribly that brilliance shall enhance. But fancy is unsatisfied, and soon she seeks the silence of a vaster night, where powers of wizardry with faltering sight, when as the hours creep farthest from the moon, seek by the glowworm's lantern cold and dull a crimson spire hidden in a skull, or search for wild vines with berries white, where waters mutter to the gibbous moon their clothing semblance of malignant light. A sick enchantress stands the dark to curse beside a cauldron vexed with harlot's blood, the stars of that red sign which spells her doom. Then fancy cleaves the pawny skies averse to sunset barriers by the Ganges flood. She sees in her dim temple Siva, and visioned with the monstrous ruby glare, on distant twilight where the burning god is lit with glowing pies that seem the eyes of her abhorrent dragon worms that bear the pestilence by death and darkness wrought. So fancy's wings forsake the Asian skies, and now her heart is curious of halls in which dead merlins crowning ape hath spilt a vile squat where scarlet venom crawls, to ciphers bright and terrible that tell the sins of demons and the insurance guilt that breathes a phantom and whose cry the owl malignly mute above the midnight well is dolorous, and Hecate lifts her cowl to mutter swift a minatory rune, and ere the tomb from echoings have ceased, the blue-eyed vampire seated at her feast smiles bloodily against the leprous moon. But evening now is come, and fancy folds her splendid plumes nor any longer hold adventurous quest o'er steady lands and seas, fled to a star above the sunset leaves, or on its water still light. A viper lurking in your white cabaret is pensively upon the way she went. Drink at her phone and smiles one content.